Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Buller, she, her, and I'm a career coach at the Yukon Center for Career Development. Today, I'll be presenting on the cover letter as part of our Husky to Hire series. Before we get into cover letters, I want to talk briefly about becoming career ready, what career competencies are, and what specific competencies this presentation and you building your cover letter will help develop. Becoming career ready comes from the National Association of Colleges and Employers Foundation of Career Readiness, which is having the ability to demonstrate core competencies that broadly prepare the college educated for success in the workplace and lifelong career management. In simpler terms, becoming career ready is the development and articulation of these 8 competencies that have been identified by employers as essential for career success. We have some great resources on our website, career.yukon.edu, to help you identify your competency levels and ways to further develop them. Today's presentation and writing your cover letter will help develop the following competencies: career and self-development, being able to talk about your career journey; communication, specifically written communication; and professionalism, demonstrating your ability to behave appropriately in a work environment. In this presentation, I will cover what a cover letter is, the cover letter basics, information to include, and some do's and don'ts for your cover letter. Now, let's talk about cover letters. A cover letter is a one-page formal business letter that you include with your resume in an application for jobs, internships, co-ops, and other positions. It can be submitted through online application systems or sent via postal mail or email. Since it's a written document, it is a sample of your written communication skills. The cover letter introduces you and your resume to the reader. Think of your resume as a list or summary of your past experiences. The cover letter is a document that allows you to pick roughly 2 experiences and 3 skills from your resume, talk about them more in depth, and explain to the reader how these skills and past experiences will help you do the job you're applying for. A well-written and tailored cover letter shows your enthusiasm for the position and organization and is key to convincing the employer to invite you for an interview. Let's get into the basics of a cover letter. A cover letter includes 4 main parts: the contact information and salutation, the introduction paragraph, the body paragraphs, typically there are 2 or 3, and a closing paragraph and signature. The heading is where you provide your contact information. Simply copy and paste the header you have from your resume to create a letterhead for yourself. Add the date you are writing the letter. Next is the address block for the employer. The first 2 lines include the name of the person you are addressing the letter to and that person's title. The next 3 lines include the organization name and the address. Always try your best to find a specific person to address your cover letter to. Look for the specific person by looking through the job description, on LinkedIn, and on the company's website. Sometimes you'll be able to find the title within the job description, and then can find the name of the person with that title by searching on the website. If you can't find someone specific, omit the first 2 lines of the address block and just start with the organization name. In this example, if you didn't have a specific person to address it to, you would skip Kim Miller and Human Resources Manager and just start with Design My Home. Then, greet the person you are writing the letter for by writing Dear, followed by their first and last name and a colon. Direct your cover letter to the same person you included within the address if you are able to find a specific person. Additionally, do not include pronouns like Miss or Mr. unless you are certain that's the correct term for that person. If you aren't sure who you're addressing the cover letter to, you can write Dear Hiring Manager or Dear Human Resources Manager. In some industries, like higher education, the applications are reviewed by what's called a search committee, and cover letters can be addressed to Dear Search Committee. If you are unsure, you can always ask a career coach about the norms for your industry. Before getting into the content to include within the paragraphs of your cover letter, let's take a look at a sample job description that we'll write this cover letter for. It is important to read the responsibilities, qualifications, and any other information included in the job description to to fully understand the position and what you want to focus on within your cover letter. The introduction paragraph of the cover letter describes why you are writing. In the first sentence, begin by highlighting something that makes you a unique applicant. This could be your educational background or past experience. Also, specifically mention the position and company you're applying to. Next, make a connection with the reader by explaining why you are interested in working at the organization. End the paragraph with a similar statement to a thesis statement by listing 3 skills you possess that are particularly relevant to the position. These skills should be directly emphasized in the position description. You are going to explain how you've used those skills over the next few paragraphs. In this example, Jonathan Husky begins by highlighting his past internship and editing experience. Beginning this way is more interesting than starting with, "Hello, my name is." To make a personal connection, Jonathan Husky mentions a common professional acquaintance that he met at an information session. Finally, you can see within the last sentence the skills of editing, communication, and teamwork. These were explicitly mentioned within the job description, showing that your cover letter has been written specifically for their position. Next are the body paragraphs. They show that you can do the job by providing specific examples of past work, internship, volunteer, leadership, or classroom experiences to illustrate that you have the skills from the position description. A good way to do this is to pick 2 experiences from your resume and talk about each in a body paragraph. In one of these body paragraphs, focus on 2 skills from your introduction. In the other body paragraph, focus on the 3rd skill from your introduction. Your body paragraphs will likely incorporate other skills you have, but you want to focus on the 3 skills you highlighted in your introduction. In this example, Jonathan has chosen to talk about 2 experiences on his resume, his copywriting internship and editing experience at the campus newspaper. Remember that he should be talking about his editing, communicating, and teamwork skills in these paragraphs. Begin the body paragraph by giving a brief description of the experience. In this example, Jonathan is talking about his copywriting internship. Describe what you did at this experience. This description should clearly illustrate that you have 1 to 2 of the skills you are focusing on from your introduction. Do not simply list tasks or skills. Remember, the reader will have this information from your resume. In this example, Jonathan describes the projects he worked on at his internship. With his description, you can clearly see he utilized a lot of communication and teamwork skills. We can also see that he used Adobe Photoshop. The example demonstrates that he has this skill, but it isn't the focus like with communication and teamwork. End the paragraph by explaining how the experience you just described will relate to the position you're applying to. A great way to do this is like in the example, where Jonathan says he looks forward to applying his communication and teamwork skills, and he mentions the position title and organization. Repeat this general format with the next paragraph. Begin by introducing the experience you're going to talk about, the newspaper editor experience in this example. Describe the experience, making sure to emphasize the skills you used and focus on 1 or 2 of the skills from your introduction. Here we can see all of the editing skills that Jonathan used. Again, end the paragraph by relating the experience to the position you're applying to. In this case, Jonathan emphasizes the organization's similarity. Remember to be specific and descriptive in these paragraphs. Don't just write general statements regarding your desire to work for the organization. Employers can tell if you're being authentic. The closing paragraph is where you will thank the employer for looking over your application materials and reiterate your interest in the position and organization. Also, be sure to express your willingness to follow up with more information if needed. Lastly, sign your cover letter with "Sincerely" and type your name. You may also choose to scan in your own signature to close the document. Here you can see the full sample cover letter, which you can find within our resume and cover letter guide, which is located on our website, career.uconn.edu. And now for some do's and don'ts to help you as you write. Do be sure to research the position and company prior to beginning the cover letter so you can show genuine interest. Your examples should be descriptive and directly relate to the position description. And be sure to proofread. Do not start with "Hello, my name is." Like I went over in the example, you can make your letter more interesting by starting with a quick teaser to something unique about you as an applicant or one of the experiences you're going to talk about later. Don't just repeat your resume. This is your opportunity to explain how the experiences on your resume will help you do the job you're applying to. Don't indent your paragraphs or write more than one page. These are standard formatting practices for cover letter writing. Do not address your letter to whom it may concern. Instead, try to find someone specific to address your letter to. And if you can't find a specific person, start with Dear Hiring Manager or Dear Search Committee. Lastly, don't write general statements about how much you want to work at the organization or how great they are. These statements don't sound genuine to the reader. Instead of talking about how great the organization is and how you'll benefit from working there, focus on what you are going to bring to the organization and how they will benefit from having you as an employee. You can continue developing your document by taking a look at the resume and cover letter guide on our website, visiting career.uconn.edu to see even more resources to help you with your document, including Career on Demand, scheduling an appointment for a resume or cover letter critique, and meeting with a career coach to discuss how to find opportunities to gain experiences and build skills for your resume and cover letter. Thank you for joining us and have a great rest of your day.